Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to remove and replace the carburetor on this Kodiak 450. I think it's a 2012 or 13, somewhere around there. Now, the customer had a new carburetor planner because this bike was involved in a saltwater flood. So he had ordered a new carb on Amazon, which I never finds carbs from Amazon to work very good. So the bike isn't running that great with him. She's running, but not that great. So he said she runs way better with the other carb. So I went ahead, took the other carb, cleaned it all up. And now he wants to try the other carb back on her again. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. So the carb's a bit hard to get at. It's right up under the tank, of course. So you want to go ahead, remove your seat. It's just a clip back on the back. Remove your seat. Your side panels, they just pulls off, clips on. Do that on both sides so you can at least see the carb. So the carb is, like I said, right there. Don't look very fun to get at all. But we're going to do it. So my next step, I think, to do, get more stuff out of the way, we're going to remove our breather box. So in order to remove our breather box, we are going to remove these 10 male bolts. That one and that one. Then I think we're going to see if we can loosen up this clamp around here to get it off there. In order to do that, it's just a Phillips screwdriver. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, show you. So remove them two. It looks like they're just tins. And remove your clamp. So here we are. I removed them. Two, I removed the clamp. Then I just flicked they just goes over, took the top off. Because we can't pull the full breather right yet till he releases it from the car. So next I'm going to just remove the filter. It's just easy. Twists come up, off. Then I come down around and see where we're at. So in order to continue, we're going to have to get at the clamp in here somewhere. One of the clamps. So he's right down the bottom. So I'm going to remove, I don't know if you can see it, the Phillips head's right there. Then I should be able to wiggle and get that off out of it, the breather box. Alright, so I got that bottom one slackened up. I got it moved from the carburetor a little bit, but I can't get the breather up all the way, so I'm going to just take these two out to see if I can rise the tank a little bit. Not take the tank off, just rise a little bit. So they're both 10 mils. So I'll slacken them and we'll see what that does for us. Maybe up to, yeah, we're going to have to get those side ones go too. So that did indeed give me enough room to remove our airbags. He's up there. So that gives us more access. So now, like I said, we can move the tank up enough to, not a lot, but just enough. So next step, I think we should turn the fuel off. Could have done this at first, but we wouldn't do nothing to affect it. So the fuel turn off is right here. Straight ahead should be hot. You can see on there, on your thing, fuel. I don't know if you can see it, but you got fuel on half, turned up, turn straight ahead is off. So next thing we're going to do is remove our fuel line. So it just needs to, I don't know if I can get it with my fingers, clamp on this one. I think I will. Wiggle it back. There you go. Pull the line off. Now, you pull this line off, you're definitely going to get some fuel come out of it. So do this when your engine's cold. There you go. Removed. Now, probably, you got a vent up here. Pull it, just pulls off. It's right up on top. Goes right there. Pulls off. I guess you could go ahead now and remove your choke. Something going on with this choke by the look of it. This choke gotta sit in there like that. But yeah, so that may be a 12. Let me go check. So So yeah, it is indeed a 12. So you just get a 12 mil wrench, start unscrewing your choke cable, which is what I got pointed right hand there. Just unscrewing, pulling right out. So as you can see, it is removed. I only had to turn like half a turn, then I could turn it off with my fingers. So I think the next step, we're going to go around to the other side of the bike. So everything seems to be removed there for right now. Go around to the other side, see what else we got to do. Right now on this side, we're going to remove our throttle cable. So in order to do that, remove them 3 little screws right there. So I'll remove that and then I'll show you where we're at. So after your screws are removed, your cap can come off. You just got to remove your throttle cable. You do it like this, and then get a screwdriver and hook that cable out of its slot. Pulling right out. Easy as that. Like that, you'll see the cable go slack, hook it out. So we're this far now. Got it released, but you don't haul out, you unscrews. Well, can't really get at them yet, so we're going to go around the other side and unscrew our last clamp to remove the carb, turn it sideways or something to get at this last one. Alright, I'll show you where we're going to go now. So here we are on this side again. So I just slackened up my last clamp. It's an Allen key. Not sure the exact size, probably a 1/8. I'm not sure. In the Stanley kit is showing that I got here, showing number. Also, I use number 3 on top. Looks like probably a 1/8. So I slackened there, got the carb off. Now we got to go around and loosen up that throttle cable. So this should be our last step to get our throttle cable off, pull the carb off. Slacken this one first. Right there, 8 mil. Slacken it down a little bit. Same, then slacken this one. It's a little height. You only get a turn, then you can turn them with your fingers. Turn it all the way off. Like so. If it comes off, you can pull your throttle cable all the way out. Then you should be able to pull your carb up. Put that boot in the way. You got a hose that just goes on the boot. Right there, we can remove. You can see it. There's a boot on the back of the car right there. Just goes onto your boot. Move that, pull your boot out of the way. Your carb should come out of it. Just like so. And there he is. Removed. So we're going to reverse that with a new one. So the first thing is putting in place. Put your throttle cable through. Tighten your throttle cable on. Let's do it. Alright. So like I said, last step you did, taking the carb off, will be your first step putting it back on. So our last step was take the throttle cable off. Our first step now is putting back on, which I've done. Same thing, just reverse it. Putting in, setting in slot. Now we can put this cover on and call this done over here. So here we are with the cover back on. Put your 3 screws in and call it done. Okay, then we're going to come back on this side. Shove the carb back in the carb boot and from the hinging and tighten it up. That's what I got done here now. Then I think I'm going to go ahead and put my choke cable back in. So just pushing in the hole there and tightening up finger tight and just snugging with your 12 mil wrench. Choke cable is back on. At this point I'm going to go ahead and put this top vent on and my fuel line. The top vent slides on. I don't think you necessarily into the world if you don't have a on. Your fuel line slipping on there. Your little clamp. At this point, you should be able to go ahead and turn your fuel back on. So, fuel should be straight up for on. double check that there now. So it looks like your reserve is straight up and is straight down, so it don't matter. You could have had on that too. At this point, you might be able to give her a try to see if she starts. So, you got this fin on the bottom. Get this fin on the bottom. Your overflow got to go on too. I'll put it on now in a sec. But I'm going to go ahead now and see if she's going to start. So, let's see. We're going to try to start her there now. Seems to be idling pretty good, running pretty good. If she's idling too high, this one a little bit. Back down. I want it to go that way. This one is single now. Pretty good. So we'll continue on and finish the rest. So I went ahead and slipped the back boot on, tighten up the clamp, and on the other side there's a hose coming out of it that goes right in the side of the top of the carb. So we're right back to putting our breather box on now. So I'll slip you down in place, putty there, tighten it up, and we're almost done. Alright, we got her back down in place. We got her slipped over the other end of the boot. We got her tightened up. So now all we got to do is start putting our bolts back in. So we got this one, that one, two top ones on your tank plastics, the one to hold your tank plastic on the side. Snap our cover on, and we should be done. So just go ahead. Things all bolted back down. So now we just take our filter, snap them back down in place. Our cover, piece right here for our cover. Snap it on. Get it all back in place. Snap cover. Rings back on. And you'll be done. So all you need to do is snap them rings back on. And you're done.